Hey, Marcus Washington, MTC Media here with your Georgetown, Washington State preview. Georgetown heads into tonight's crown game. 17-15, Washington State is 19-14. The Cougars have first-year head coach David Riley. And just like Georgetown, there are some people who are going to be missing tonight. The Cougars have had three people jump into the portal. Nate Calmes, Isaiah Watts, and freshman Marcus Wilson. Calmes and Watts were both starters, so that's pretty significant. But they will get their big back. Dane Eric Strupp, who played about 9 minutes against San Francisco, is expected to be back tonight. And so they do have some guys you want to pay attention to. Thomas Thresterson was on the all-freshman team, and LaJuan Watts was conference honorable mention. In that loss to San Francisco, Ethan Price had 26 points. Also, Reeve Vavers is a three-point threat for the Cougars. He's 21 for 41 from the three-point line this season. Now, one of the things about the Cougars are they are 344th in the nation in turnovers. So if you're looking for something there, that's something there. Georgetown obviously has no Drew Felder. They has no Thomas Sorber. Both are outfielder as a transfer. Sorber injury. I would not expect for Micah Peavy to play tonight. It's looking that way. He's obviously getting ready for the next level, so expect some small ball from the Hoyas. So keys tonight, first of all, defensively, is containing Ethan Price. Price does a little bit of everything for the Cougars. He can step out, he can hit threes. They'll run some 5-out action, some 4-out 1-ins to get him to the post, and he can score on the block with his back to the basket. He's also one of those guys who cuts hard, and when he cuts hard, he's always trying to get a face cut, something we try to tell young guys today, which is getting face cuts. He does it constantly. He always gets to the natural angle of the ball. So Georgetown will certainly need to be aware defensively of that. And question for Cooley is who guards him. Is Jordan Burks aware enough defensively to contain someone like Price? If you say probably not, then if you put Caleb Williams on Price, then you have to deal with LaJuan Watts. Watts is another one. He loves being able to operate in that mid-post area. He'll get you foul line extended. He can step out also and hit three-pointers. So at times, it's kind of like pick your poison. Do you put Watts on him? Do you put Williams on Watts and Burks on Price or vice versa? So we'll have to see. Dealing with Indy Okafor. Indy Okafor is a legitimate, or the closest thing to a legitimate rim protector that Washington State has. He's 6'9", he's athletic, he tries to block almost everything. And this is a Hoyas team because how they're constructed, they need to get to the front of the rim. So they can't be hesitant of Okafor. So that means Epps and Mac, guys who have pull-up games in mid-range too, they need to weaponize that. They also need to be efficient at that pull-up too, or go to the floater game. Guys like Burks, if you get the ball in the post, you have to get Okafor in the chest. What you cannot do is try to do these fancy dip-de-doo things where it gives the officials a chance not to call a foul. And now Okafor is being not only a rim protector, but he's being a shot changer. And I know that's just not Burks, but Burks needs to find it tonight. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to go into him. He cannot settle or fade out on the perimeter because he tends to do that when there's someone physical that's defensively. He needs to stay in there, and he needs to battle. Turning over the guards, we talked about, again, they're 344th in turnovers, and they'll be missing Khalees, so that's going to hurt there. Mac and Epps, they need the ones that have to start off with all the ball pressure. Pressure those guards so they cannot get into those actions. Also, Curtis Williams Jr., how much have you grown during this time? Curtis at first seemed to be only worried about offense, and it took away from his defense, and then you could see it clicked to him. If I defend, I can get on the floor and get more minutes. But then when he starts defending, his offense got inefficient. He hesitated, like all of those things. He has to find a way tonight to put it together and be a factor on both ends of the floor. He has to be a plus defender, and then on offense, he needs to get to his spots. And when he gets to his spots, he needs to do something positive, whether that's hitting shots, whether that's pump faking, getting to the rim, whatever the case may be. He needs to show that he can do both in the same game. And, Kayvon Mulready, same thing. We know Kayvon's been hurt some during the season, but defensively, at times, he has allowed straight line drives, and he's so stiff on his lateral movement. I think a lot of that is worried about doing things wrong. So this is one of those things. You're going to play tonight. You have to get minutes tonight. You have to play basketball and not play what I'm supposed to do, or they told me this. You got to play basketball tonight, and then hopefully he loosens up. So Hoyas looking to continue their season tonight when they face Washington State, I do believe, at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern time in the first round of the Crown. This is Marcus Washington, MTC Media from MTC Media's Digital Network.